This conference will now be recorded.
There we go. I like the first. Good evening. I'd like to call the regular meeting of Mayor and Council for the Borough of Glassboro for August 25th, 2020 to order. Karen, could you give the opening statement?
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting as required by said act has been provided by adopting a schedule of regular meetings for the year 2020, which schedule was posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board as well as the Borough website and forwarded to both the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel of Gloucester County and filed with the Borough Clerk on January 4th, 2020.
Could we all rise to salute? Oh, we're not doing the right thing? Or that's
This is the
okay,
pre-council.
I'm sorry. Karen, roll call.
Mayor Wallace.
Here.
Mr. Casabon.
Present.
Mr. D'Alessandro.
Here.
Mr. Fiola.
Here.
Mr. Halter.
Here.
Ms. Miller.
Here.
Mrs. Spence.
Here.
Mr. Melandro.
Here.
Mr. Scabidi.
Here.
Mr. Bruner.
Here. Okay. Of course, everyone has reviewed the bill list. Are there any issues on the bill? Okay. Reviewing the agenda items, or anything to review?
I can run through them quickly if you'd like me to, Mayor.
Yes,
And
please.
if anyone has any questions, they can ask.
Thank you.
So we have several items on the agenda tonight. We do have one public hearing that's up for, we do have one ordinance, that's up for public hearing. However, we are asking to pull this from the agenda and table it. And Mr. Scafidi can comment on as to why.
Yes, prior to adoption, we, after speaking with Fred Deander from Comcast, there's a requirement that the draft of the ordinance first be submitted to the BPU for their review and approval prior to adoption. So the request would be a motion to table and re-advertise for our meeting on September 22nd. Yeah,
And that will be at the regular session.
that is correct. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
We also have minutes up for approval. They're for July 28th, 2020. It doesn't look as though anyone was absent, so no one will need to abstain from these minutes. We do have a communication on the agenda, which is a letter of retirement for Judge William J. Golden, effective November 1st, 2020. We also have an item for unfinished business that Mr. Melandro, did you have comment on this item, Mr. Melandro?
I'll do it as a regular council.
Okay. We have new business, which is a request for authorization for the clerk to go out to RFQ for municipal court judge. Which we will definitely need a motion for. And there are a number of resolutions. Resolution 18420, resolution authorizing the release of performance bond for reconstruction of William Dalton Drive. Phase 2 in the amount of $192,969.50 upon the posting of a maintenance bond in the amount of $170,049.82 for the Borough of Glassboro, South State Incorporated. This was upon the recommendation of the borough engineer. We have resolution 18520, resolution authorizing the release of maintenance bond for Town Square restroom facility in the Borough of Glassboro. This is for Striga Brothers. This was also upon the recommendation of the borough engineer. Then we have resolution 18620, resolution authorizing execution of a contract renewing membership in the Gloucester, Salem, Cumberland Counties Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. This is the one that we had spoken about at the last meeting, and now we are going forward and renewing that contract. This will be good through January 1st, 2021, through January 1st, 2021, through January 1st, 2024. Then we have resolution 18720, resolution authorizing bus stops on certain streets in the Borough of Glassboro. We have 2 of those on the agenda for this evening, and the various streets are on there on the agenda as well.
I'm gonna ask a question there. Are they new bus stops or are they,
So Mark, Mr. Broomer can comment further on that, but I believe, no, he can actually tell you about it now, but I believe what they are is they're removing certain bus stops and then they're putting new ones into place.
What the package includes on Main Street, there are some old ones that have been on the record that aren't being used, so taking those off over here, because we have a new bus stops already established on Main Street, so these are, those ones that are being taken off. On southbound on Ellis Street, they have one right now at School Street, there's a sign up there. It's at the corner, I guess closest to town where there's no sidewalk, they're just moving it to the other side of the intersection where there's a sidewalk, so people can get on and off the bus and walk on the sidewalk for safety purposes there. And the last one on Higgins Drive, there is one out by Higgins and Ellis on there, but with the new Penrose project coming in, what we're doing is taking that bus up off of Ellis Street, moving it around on Higgins. So it's easier for those senior members to walk to the bus stop there. And the bus route actually goes down Higgins, so it works that way.
thank you. Sure.
Excuse me, Mark, are they taking away the one at Angela's then? What's gonna be going? That's they don't have bus stop anymore?
Actually, no, they haven't touched that one. The one they're talking about is right down by New Street.
They're taking that one away?
Yeah, there's one sign right as you're going north on Main Street. There's a stop right there. That sign's coming down because they don't want to use it. And then the other one is just 100 feet on the other side of the intersection. It's the old ones,
Right.
those two. But yeah, didn't bring up the one.
Huh, okay.
Were there any additional questions on that resolution? Okay, moving forward, we have resolution 18920, authorizing cancellation of taxes on exempt property, block 29, lot 18. And the amount is $6,508.49. Resolution 19020, resolution providing for the insertion of a special item of revenue into the budget pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-87. This is safety incentive award grant in the amount of $275, and that is to adjust the grant amount, which now will total $4,500. Resolution 19120, resolution providing for another insertion of a special item of revenue into the budget pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-87, drive sober or get pulled over Labor Day in the amount of $5,060. Then we have resolution 19220, resolution canceling grant receivable and appropriation municipal alliance program in the amount of $9,055.15. Resolution 19320, resolution canceling grant receivable and appropriation balance municipal alliance program in the amount of $18,125, grant appropriated $14,500 and local cash match, which was $3,625. Resolution 19420, resolution authorizing execution of an alliance to prevent alcoholism and drug abuse agreement between the Borough of Glassboro and the County of Gloucester in the amount of $5,000. Resolution 19520, resolution authorizing the purchase of electrical supply service as part of the South Jersey Power Cooperative by the Borough of Glassboro. This resolution is necessary to allow participation in the cooperative purchasing with the County of Camden. So those are the resolutions. Were there any questions on any other resolutions this evening? Okay, and then we have the introduction of one ordinance, which is an ordinance of the mayor and council of the Borough of Glassboro, County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 366, Property Maintenance, Article 3, Abandoned Vacant Property Registration, Section 366-16, Registration of Real Property of the Code of the Borough of Glassboro. And this is exempting Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac from payment of any registration fee. And this proposed public hearing will be on September 22nd, 2020. Any questions on that ordinance? All right, and that that pretty much concludes all of the agenda items for review.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And this time we move into the administrative updates. I believe we have a presentation from Spectrum VoIP. I hope I said that correctly. Before we start off, I'd like to read the statement. If you are calling into this meeting and would like to follow along with the upcoming presentation, the document can be found on our website, www.glassboro.org. Under the government menu in the upper right-hand corner, click on the virtual council meetings option. Then scroll to the bottom of the page and tap the link that says 8/25/20 council meeting Spectrum VoIP presentation. Thank you. And with that,
Just before we begin, Mayor, our phone systems here is rather antiquated. I know Anthony's on the line, he is muted. It dramatically needs to be updated, and we have a quick presentation tonight to show you a possible alternative. I see the gentleman on the line, so I would like to turn it over to them now. JD, I think if you could unmute them, that would be great.
Good evening. This is Chris Jackson and Dane Kennedy from Spectrum VoIP. Can everybody hear okay?
Yes.
Just hold on a second.
Members of council, you all have this package. Karen put it with your information.
It's in your folder.
This a little bit better?
We can hear you loud and clear, yeah.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Well, we appreciate you taking some time. I know that our teams, my official title is I'm in charge of a national channel group across the country. Dane Kennedy has been involved locally with you folks, and as described. So we are a national company. We are not Spectrum Charter. We are a separate company, headquartered in Dallas, Texas. We are roughly a 15-year-old company. We support 120,000 customers nationally, and our business is the design, the delivery, and support of hosted phone technology. And as it applies to you folks, what this means is that the phone system for the Borough of Glassboro would reside in the cloud, and it would reside in a hosted environment where there would no longer be any equipment on site, and the response would be a 24/7 type response. We do a tremendous amount of work with municipalities and counties across the United States, and the quotes and solutions that we have provided reflect that. Dana, are you able to pull this up onto the screen? Just real quick?
I just want to see. I'm going to ask to share my screen. I'm not sure who's in control of that. I just press the button now. Okay.
Hey, Dane, just so you know, we all have copies of your presentation.
Okay. All righty. So as Chris had said, to introduce myself, my name is Dane Kennedy. I'm a channel manager who handles the East Coast for Spectrum VoIP. And, we want to put together a presentation. We heard the concerns and things that were going on with the borough, and we really feel that we can provide a solution for you to ease some of these concerns, show a return on investment, and really help the ability of the borough during these trying times. So going forward, Chris is going to be speaking on the presentation and just letting you know a little bit more about us and, what to expect from the solution that we'd be providing.
Again, this is a high-level discussion, a little bit about who we are, a little bit about why we're different and why change, and some questions and answers, and any kinds of next steps that that might come out of this. Okay, so this was meant to be very brief. A number of your people have been through a number of presentations and a number of demos for these products and services. So go ahead, Dane.
Okay, so the agenda that we're going to be going over, obviously, we already went over the introductions to let you know a little bit about us and who we are. We're going to go over who exactly Spectrum VoIP is, why we would be looking to make this change with the borough, any questions and answers that you may have for us, and any next steps going forward. All right.
So, as previously mentioned, we're a 15-year-old company, headquartered. These pictures are of our national center in Plano, Texas, and we have, in addition to this, we have 22 offices scattered around the country. Again, these are pictures of our contact center, technical center, customer service arrangements, and sales areas. We have over 100,000 happy customers using our services. We have provided references for several cities and municipalities currently deploying these technologies. And we currently operate in all 50 states and 15 foreign countries. So we are not a small company. We are not a publicly traded company. We are still a privately held company. So that means that your business is important to us. That means that when you call, we pick up, we help, we support. All of our business is done with direct employees. So you would be dealing with, U.S.-based company with U.S.-based staff. So that's how that would go. Go ahead, Dane. These are some examples of clients nationwide that we do work for. And again, it's just a smattering, and we do this and change this probably every week. So this gives you a flavor for some of the types of customers we do work with on a national basis. Go ahead, Dane. So why we're different than some of the other providers in this space is that we provide a unlimited package, which means that you have typically in the borough or city of type business, there's different departments that are going to have different needs. So you may have a small call center or small things in billing departments or in police departments. All of those feature functionalities are baked into our solution, and we do not charge anything extra for that feature functionality. So we have a flat rate and no additional charges anywhere. There's no upfront fees for our services. We basically bill you for the services once everything is in and installed. And again, it's unlimited features and functionalities. So for example, we just released our meeting platform, which is a video conferencing solution that's built into our platform that would be a potential replacement for the GoToMeeting solution that we're using here today. And that is built into our solution. And there's no additional charge to do that. Everything is driven through a web portal access. So your staff, your administration can all control everything, whether it be on site or remote. If there's bad weather, in the southern states, we're now bracing for these hurricanes that are coming ashore, and a lot of people are changing a lot of their functionality as a result of that. What we mean by white glove experiences is that physical people from our company will come on site. They will come on site to do the installation. They will come on site to do the training. And again, when you call us, when you dial help on the keypad of any of your phones, you're going to be speaking to direct and company employee. Again, these are differences and variances of some of the different companies that exist in the marketplace today. Go ahead, Dane. Again, these are unlimited everything. So what that means is unlimited number of lines that you may have. We don't charge extra for phone lines. Again, that's the model that you're under now, where you pay per line. There's no charge for unlimited domestic calling, which means Canada, U.S., anywhere in the United States, Canada, Mexico. You can call 1,000 times a month. Of course, I'd probably get a report of that, but you can call as many times as you want for support, for programming changes. We create additional layer of support for the borough, so you're going to have the ability to have additional resources. We don't charge for any of that stuff. And unlimited training. So we never charge for training. We never will. You hire new employees. You want to make changes. All that's included. We don't charge anything for any of those changes, which again, those are things that you're paying for today with your existing solution. Go ahead, Dane. These are some examples of some phones. Also included in the everything process, we include new phone equipment. So again, it's all built into the per seat price. So we do not charge you for any of the phone equipment itself. It's all included in the standard seat price. Okay. So right now, what are some of the changes in the marketplace? It looks like right now, 68% of decisions that are being made are driven by cost. And again, when you look at cost, functionality, and risk, a lot of people are moving towards the cloud to eliminate risk, not having to rely on an on-premise type of equipment, making changes on the fly, be able to have a scalable solution so you can go up and down without having to pay big dollars, as well as software upgrades. You're constantly running on the latest software, and there's no additional charge for that. So these are kind of some examples of what exists in the marketplace today on a national scale, whether you're in New Jersey or whether you're in Southern California. These are pretty consistent across the space. Okay. So these are some benefits that exist in our world. So mobility is a big part of it. So when you purchase the existing Avaya system that you have now, people were more sedentary. They were more tied to their desk. In today's world, 79% of people buy these technologies for the mobility component. So we can have a phone appear anywhere, ring anywhere, go to a mobile phone, go to a cellular phone, anything that you want it to do, we can control it, and we can have it have great ability to be connected. And again, the ability to scale up and scale down is a big part of this. We believe that productivity is a big part of this. You're going to make more people more empowered to have responsibilities to do this. And for example, we can track all the traffic, all the phone traffic, all the SMS texting that's going on through the phone system, give you reports on usage. We can actually record every call if you wanted to as a part of this, so you can be completely responsible to your staff and to your constituents throughout the borough and give a really great solution to not only the people with inside the borough, but the taxpayers that that are responsible for a lot of this stuff too. Dan, go ahead. So this is what I mentioned a few seconds ago. Stratus Meeting is a new derivative. It was a new release of our software. I want to tell you that we were visionary in this process, but COVID-19 kind of accelerated that process for us. So we rolled this out early, and it was just released mainstream to all of our user community about 60 days ago, 45 days ago. So this is a high definition video conferencing solution that you'll have the ability to have access to everyone through within the borough. And you can use this for meetings like we're doing today, or as simple as, any kind of video conferencing that you would have, whether it be somebody that's on a mobile phone, or whether it's somebody that's sitting in a boardroom. And this is now all included into our solution. Okay. So why were you unique?
Guys, excuse me 1 second. I hate to interrupt.
Sure.
We have to start our meeting in a couple minutes. So
No worries.
I apologize.
No worries.
So.
No, this is the last slide. We're done.
Okay.
All right. So the last step here is why we're different. We handle the project from beginning to end. If you were to say, hey, I wanted to do business with Spectrum VoIP, we manage it from the beginning to the very end. So these are components of what that process looks like, and we don't turn it over until you're completely happy with it. Okay? We appreciate your time to be in front of you this evening, and we thank you for the opportunity to present to you. And if there's anything else we can do to help you, please feel free to give us a call.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen. We have interrupted you. We appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you.
Very nice presentation.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Moving forward, so I'd like to, I guess, we got to open the public portion. So we open the public portion, a motion to open the public portion. So we have a motion and second. All in favor, state aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstention? That motion carries. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to comment or ask questions regarding the presentation? Seeing none, the public portion be closed.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to close the public portion. All those in favor state aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstention? And motion carries. Public portion is now closed. And gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Appreciate your time and presentation. At this time, I will make a motion to, or entertain a motion to go into close.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries, so we're going to now move into close.
JD.
There is the resolution. We are live again. Sure, Mayor, I can address this for you. In the work session portion, we had on the agenda or a closed session resolution. That was number 18320, authorize a closed meeting, Mayor, Council, Borough of Glassboro. Purpose of that closed session was to discuss offers to purchase, which was not discussed, that was not needed. And the administrator updated the governing body with regards to potential redevelopment project, but no action is anticipated to be taken at this time. And we're adopting this at this point for the record. There's a motion.
Thank you, council.
Motion second, and approval for that, please.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, state aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Thank you, Dick. 6:50.
We have what? 6:50. We have 1 minute.
Yeah, we have 1 minute.
Okay.
You can turn that
It's like a ringing noise.
on. Yeah.
No, it's the sound system. I already.
I have a question. Are we making a decision on the resolution tonight? We have to do a resolution.
I don't know if I don't think we're gonna have time to make a decision. Right now, it's 6:59.
Next Thursday,
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got it. It's still buzzing.
So we get doing the motion to table. You're doing that. Want to drop the deal. Teamwork.
Yeah, that's right. What are we looking like now, young sir?
Yes.
We are there, sir.
We are there?
Yeah. We check the JD.
JD, whenever you're ready.
They're open to the public.
Good evening. I'd like to call the regular meeting of Mayor and Council of the Borough of Glassboro for August 25th, 2022 order. Karen, could you please read the opening statement?
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting as required by said act has been provided by adopting a schedule of regular meetings for the year 2020, which schedule was posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board, as well as the Borough website, and forwarded to both the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel of Gloucester County, and filed with the Borough Clerk on January 4th, 2020.
Thank you. Can we all rise to salute the flag, please?
I
pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Karen, roll call, please.
Mayor Wallace.
Here.
Mr. Costello.
Present.
Mr. D'Alessandro.
Here.
Mr. Fiola.
Here.
Mr. Halter.
Yes.
Ms. Miller.
Here.
Mrs. Spence.
Here.
Mr. Melandro.
Here.
Mr. Scafidi.
Present.
Mr. Brunemar.
Here.
And we have no proclamations or presentations this evening, so at this time, I'll turn the meeting over to our Borough Solicitor.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. On the agenda tonight, there was a published notice for a public hearing on ordinance number 20-17. At this point, I would be asking Mayor and the council to adopt a motion to table the adoption of this ordinance to afford us an opportunity to refer this ordinance to the Public Board of Utilities for their review and final approval prior to adoption, and ask the matter be rescheduled, published notice, and rescheduled for our September 22nd regular council meeting at 7 p.m. That would be the form of motion. So moved.
I'll make a motion that we table ordinance number 20-17.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is it a roll call vote?
Yes, please.
Okay, Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Costello.
Yes.
Mr. D'Alessandro.
Four.
Mr. Fiola.
Four.
Mr. Halter.
Yes.
Ms. Miller. Mrs. Spence.
4.
And motion carried. Thank you. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of July 28, 2020.
So moved.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. Karen, do we have any communication?
Yes, Mayor, we do. I have a letter of retirement for Judge William J. Golden, and that letter will be effective November 1st, 2020. This does require.
I'll need a motion to accept.
I'll make that motion to accept, but if I also can say, I think we're losing an outstanding judge.
Noted.
I'll second that and get a.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. Committee reports. Council President Costello.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Councilman D'Alessandro.
I have nothing this time, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Fiola.
Mayor, I'd just like to note that I'm in receipt of the financial reports for the month of July of 2020 from our CFO Karen Passioni. Those reports including the current budget report, utility budget and revenue report, current revenue report, and bank balance report, and I thank her for that. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Holt.
I have nothing this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councilman. Councilwoman Miller.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And Councilwoman Spence.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman. We have unfinished business, Ken?
Mr. Melandro.
Well, Mr. Melandro,
Yes.
would you like to address this unfinished business?
Oh, absolutely would, Mayor, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. At our last meeting, we had a request for purchase of block 466, lot 7, and block 466, lot 8. And at that time, we told the potential purchaser that we would give an appraisal. I've had an opportunity to review this with the Finance Committee, as well as the potential purchaser. And right now, I'm looking for a motion for us to sell these two block and lots for the amount of $23,795.
I will make that motion.
I will second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
And motion carries. And Mayor, just for the record, at the next meeting or our work session meeting, we will have a resolution prepared to authorize this public sale at the minimum starting price of $23,795.
Thank you, Counselor. Karen, we have any new business?
Yes, Mayor, we are requesting authorization for, to go out to RFQ for municipal court judge.
Need a motion?
Yes, sir.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. At this time, we put the engineer's report. Mr. Bruno?
For your work session next month, you'll have the bond releases, Camelot. Everything's in place. We have some items for landscaping, so some of the items will be completely released from performance. No maintenance, some areas will have 1-year maintenance and some areas will have 2-year maintenance. So all that'll be there. We submitted letters, so for any discussion, any questions, please let me know. And we're expecting the contracts back for Holly Bush Phase 1 on Thursday from the contractor. So once we get those, we'll schedule a pre-construction meeting with Public Works, Police, and everybody at the borough to get that geared up to go. And I submitted my documents to the clerk, so she has the borough record.
Mayor, I have a question.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Mark, that bond release, is that for the lift station?
Yes.
You're satisfied that all of the items have been completed?
Yep, yeah, and we have that, that'll be on a 2-year maintenance plan.
Okay. But any, on any problems, will Borough still respond to the problems?
Yeah, at this point, once you take it, it's yours. And I know that the department has some plans for that, but if there's problems with the generators, the pumps, the major controls, that's all under the maintenance.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking, there were problems out there before, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a lot of calls that nobody was responding. DR wouldn't have anybody.
That's one of the reasons why we're trying to get in the borough's hands, because it'll be taken care of daily.
Okay, thank you very much. And it'll be taken care of the right way.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mark. Anybody else have any questions for Mark? Thank you again, Mark. At this time, I'll turn the meeting again over to our borough solicitor.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, and bear with me. We have Resolution 184 authorizing the release of performance bond for reconstruction of William Dalton Drive Phase 2 in the amount of $192,969.50 upon posting of a maintenance bond in the amount of $170,049.82 for the Borough of Glassboro, contracted with South State Inc. upon recommendation of our engineer. Resolution 185, authorizing release of maintenance bond for Town Square restroom facility in the Borough of Glassboro, contracted with Stragan Brothers, also upon recommendation of our engineer. Resolution 186, authorizing the execution of a contract renewing the borough's membership in Gloucester, Salem, and Cumberland Counties Municipal Joint Insurance Fund from January 1st, 2021 through January 1st, 2024. Resolution 187, authorizing bus stops on certain streets in the borough of Glassboro, Main Street northbound, Main Street southbound, and L Street eastbound. Resolution 188, authorizing bus stops on certain streets in the borough of Glassboro, Higgins Drive southbound. Resolution 189, authorizing cancellation of taxes on exempt property, block 29, lot 18, in the amount of $6,508.49. Resolution 190, providing for the assertion of special item of revenue in the budget pursuant to NJSA 48-4-87. Safety incentive award grant in the amount of $275 to just grant amount, which totals $4,500. Resolution 191, providing for assertion of special item of revenue in the budget pursuant to NJSA 48-4-87, drive sober or get pulled over Labor Day event in the amount of $5,060. Resolution 192, canceling grant receivable appropriations, Municipal Alliance Program in the amount of $9,055.15. Resolution 193, canceling grant receivable and appropriation balance, Municipal Alliance Program in the amount of $18,125. Grant appropriated $14,500 and local cash match of $3,625. Resolution 194, authorizing execution of an alliance to prevent alcoholism and drug abuse agreement between the Borough of Glassboro and the County of Gloucester in the amount of $5,000. Resolution 195, authorizing the purchase of electrical supply service as part of the South Jersey Power Cooperative by the Borough of Glassboro to allow participation in the cooperative purchasing with the County of Camden lead agency. They are resolutions this evening on our consent agenda. The council so moves for approval. Roll call vote numbers 184 through 195.
Motion for approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Thank you. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mr. Delafiandra?
Four.
Mr. Fiola?
Four.
Mr. Halter?
Yes.
Ms. Miller? Four. Mrs. Spence? Four.
Motion carries.
Mayor, we have one ordinance for introduction this evening by title only, that being ordinance number 20-18. An ordinance of the mayor and council of the Borough of Glassboro, County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, amending chapter 366, property maintenance, article 3, abandoned vacant property registration, section 366-16, registration of real property of the Code of the Borough of Glassboro. This ordinance would be exempting Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac from payment of any registration fee. Council so moves for introduction, title only, roll call vote, please.
Move for approval. Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mr. Delafiandra?
Four.
Mr. Fiola?
Four.
Mr. Halter?
Yes.
Ms. Miller? Four. Mrs. Spence? Four.
Motion carries. Any comments from our borough administrator?
No, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to open the public portion.
Move the public portion be open.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. The public portion is now open. Please allow me to read the statement. We will now move to open this meeting for public comment. Please be advised that immediately following the motion, all lines will be administratively unmuted, and a member of our staff who has joined this meeting via public access telephone number will provide audible confirmation that the public lines are open. If you wish to provide comment, please render your intent by stating your name and place of residence, and then confirm that mayor and council are able to hear you clearly before proceeding. If you are unable to be heard, please ensure that your phone is not physically muted. You may also control whether your phone is muted or unmuted by the teleconference system by dialing *6 on your telephone keypad. Again, that's *6 to mute or unmute your line via the teleconference system. Our meeting organizer has unmuted all lines within the teleconferencing system. I will now ask our staff member who has called in via the public access telephone number to please confirm that you are able to hear us and that we are able to hear you.
Good evening, Mayor Wallace. This is Kathy McClear calling. I am able to hear you clearly. Are you able to hear me?
Good evening, Kathy. Yes, I am able to hear you. Thank you very much. Having received confirmation that the lines are open and able to be heard, we now await comment from anyone who wishes to speak. If no comment is heard after a full 15 seconds has passed, we will move to close the public portion. At this time, does anybody wish to address mayor and council from the public?
Yes, my name is Felicita Johns, and I reside at 127 Isabella Drive here in Glassboro, and I would like to address mayor and council. Can I be heard? Do you hear me?
Yes, Mrs. Johns, we can hear you. You may proceed.
Yes, my first and foremost, I would like to thank mayor and council for the expeditious manner that you were able to get the speed signs down Peace Lane. I appreciate it. I have not been able to talk to many of my neighbors currently to see how they feel about it, but I'm quite sure they are happy that there's something out there amidst all of the activity that's going on in our community area. But I would also like to know if there was any follow-up information from the county about how they are expecting or planning to protect the residential community in their plan.
At this point, I haven't heard anything back. This is Administrator Melandro. I will reach out to the county engineer tomorrow, and he has been very good in reaching out to residents, and I'm going to try to have him call you directly.
Oh, okay. I would appreciate that. We are. I'm keeping an eye on all of the activity that's going on, and what is, how things are going along. And if I have more concerns, I will be addressing mayor and council about any concerns. In the meantime, I do thank you, for what you have started, and that you're at least looking into some things in protection of our community. Mayor and council, we know that you're our leaders, and we're, expecting that, you have our best interest in protecting our community back here, as well as all of the communities in the borough. So, I'll be, attending next council meeting to, of any other follow-ups and plans that they have for this area back here.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Johns, for your kind words and for your questions. Please continue, as you said, ask questions and staying involved, and we will do our best to get you answers that you're requesting.
Okay, I thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
All right.
Is there anyone else that wishes to address Mayor and Council at this time?
That's exactly.
Well, hearing none, I make a motion for second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. The public portion is now closed. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve all duly authorized bills.
Move that all duly authorized bills be paid.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Yes, Mayor, I have one abstention on PO number 20-02769, and I'll give that to you later.
Mayor, I have an extension on 20-02463.
Thank you very much. Those abstentions have been noted, and that motion is still carried. My comments for the evening, first of all, I would like to congratulate and thank Judge William Holden for on his retirement, and to thank him for his time of service that he's provided to Glassboro over the, I don't even know what the exact number of years are. But I know that it was a long time, and he served Glassboro well, and I wish him nothing but the best in his retirement. Secondly, it's nice to see everyone here. Your bright shining faces, as much as I can see them, it's just nice to be around people, even though we have to social distance. I wish you all here, and I wish everybody out there that's listening in public, please remain safe and stay strong. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. This meeting is now adjourned. The next regular meeting is scheduled for September 8th, 2020, tentatively at 8 p.m. Have a nice evening, everyone.